Hey guys, my name is I'm Kinda Weird, and today I'm going to be doing something that I should have done like 3 months ago when it actually happened, and that is going to be talking about my first experience at Playlist Live. If you've been to a big event before, you know that the traffic can get absolutely insane, and I was only staying at a hotel about 2 miles down the road, so I figured, oh man, I could show up in the morning and have no problem getting to my meetup, which my morning meetup was gonna be Roman Atwood. And so I was super excited, but when I got up to the actual hotel where the event was being held, there's this lady and she asked me if I'm a resident of the hotel. I say no, and I'm just saying that I'm supposed to be there for the actual event, and she tells me that I have to go park over at the Gaylord Palms. Now, many of you guys who are watching this, if you went to Playlist Live or have been to Playlist Live, you know how far away the Gaylord Palms is from the actual hotel. And so you have to wait in the line to get on the bus, which could take an hour, hour and a half. At least for me it did. So I ended up meeting my Roman Atwood meetup, which made me kind of upset, but I was like, you know what? I can just enjoy the rest of my day. So I walk into the main hotel where the event's being held, and I ask them where I'm supposed to go to get my name tag for the event, because we all get a lanyard and a name tag like this. And so they tell me that the best way to go is around the front of the hotel. But what I noticed when I went into the hotel is there's a Starbucks. The Starbucks had 50 million people, and I'll try to find that picture and put it in here somewhere. But it was absolutely insane. So I walk around the hotel, I get to the registration room, and it's completely empty. I thought there would be so many people, but I guess everyone had already gone in. So I get my name tag, and I walk into the main hall. I'm walking, there's a lot of people, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be pretty exciting. Now I'm by myself, which is pretty cool, because it's the first time that I've been at a big event by myself without parents, because I don't know why, to be completely honest. So I walk into the main stage room, which is connected to the main hall, and behind me I hear a familiar voice, and I'm like, where did I hear that voice before? I turn around, and it's Ed Bassmaster. He's walking over to Shay Carl's stand, which Shay Carl's at the time, and so the line is insane. I didn't really feel the need to go over there at the time. I was just sort of, like I said, absorbing everything going on around me. But I turn around after Ed's done live streaming, because he was on Periscope doing one of his characters, and I say, hey Ed, can I have a picture? And he's like, yeah. And then this is what he did. Out of the pictures that you just saw, I only took probably 2 of those, and then he said, that's it. And then he took my phone and took a couple more, and he got closer and closer each time. I laughed. It probably doesn't seem that funny in the pictures, but it was funny at the time. So throughout the day, I'm just sort of pacing back and forth from the main stage to the Epiphone stage, and just listening to music, listening to panels, just random things going on.
One more time. I want to see everyone's hands. Let's do this together. A true party. Are we ready? 'Cause I don't love you anymore. Everyone. I'll be good when I finally shut the door. You ready? My mama's smiling and says you're going to sit out. Never felt like this before. 'Cause I don't love you anymore.
And so I walk over there, and I'm like, let me see who they're surrounding. And then I see him, and it's a guy who I haven't talked to in 4 years, roughly 4 years, probably 3.5. And it is BlasphamousHD. I used to play Xbox with him before he started the YouTube channel. We talked about how cool it would be if we ever met each other in person at a gaming event like E3 or PAX. But then we lost connection when he got pretty well known. So we talked, told him who I was. He was like, oh yeah, man, I remember who you are. And so we had a nice little chat. We bumped into each other a lot throughout the day, which was really cool. Later on in the evening, on the first day, which was the Saturday, there was an absolutely insane pool party, and I'll insert some clips of that here.
Yo, let's go to work, y'all.
Fan. Let's see those ones in the air right now. He was number one.
It was just completely packed full of people, and it was easily the best and most exciting night I've ever had, especially because I was with so many people who enjoyed the same type of stuff I enjoyed. Even if it's not the same type of stuff, they enjoy the same social media platform like as much as I do. So we get to day 2, and I show up to Playlist Live, and it was just like any other day. I show up, walking around before the event actually opens, and I got this picture of the hotel, which I am really proud of. Insert that now. That picture I took at like 9 in the morning before the doors even opened. But when I walked in, I just paced around the lot. I was hoping to see Maurice and his friend Josh. They were super cool to meet in person. If you guys ever get a chance, go say hi to him. He's a super cool and like humble guy. Now the second day was a lot more interesting. Later on that evening, at the meetup, all day was pretty chill. I went to this meetup for Alex Mandel, Alex Wasabi, Spoozy, and another guy who I can't remember his name right now. But it was super cool. I'll insert the clip right now that I was in both Alex Wasabi's vlog and Alex Mandel's vlog, because they were vlogging when they came out from behind the curtain.
Through here. Hello! That's cool. Yes. He wants a picture with you too, Brandon.
Sure thing, bud.
So after the meetup, there's still a couple hours left in the event for the day and for the whole weekend. So I'm just walking back and forth, seeing what do I want to buy, and I walk over to Shay Carl's stand and I ask for a hat. And the one I wanted was black with blue text and a blue this thing, whatever this is called. And they were like, well, this is the only one we have. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just ask for a different one. Then this lady who's sitting there, she's like, do you want to have this one? I'm like, I mean, I don't have to. It's you guys' last one. She's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay, thank you. And I ended up getting this hat. It's the black one with the blue text. And I was super happy, and so I had that and this hat that I got. And so I had that in my bag. And my phone all throughout the day was at like 1%, and I had to keep stopping and charging it. It was a chaotic day. Then one of the very last things that happened during that day was the Plain White Tees played over at the Epiphone stage. Now, if you guys made if you guys made it over there, it was a very, very packed room. And so everyone was screaming and everything because it was the Plain White T's. While we're listening to them, my phone of course keeps dying, and so I had to go to the back of the room, which was kind of annoying because I was in like the front row. But I was like, you know what, I can still hear them. And so after I get like 8% on my phone, I had to keep clearing space because I took so many pictures and videos throughout the day. But once I went back to the front of the room, I look over to my right and there's two girls over by this guy. I'm like, hey, that guy looks familiar. It ended up being Charles Trippy, and he was sitting in the dark corner, which you guys will see here. I'm sorry that the lighting was horrible, but we were in a dark corner, like I said. Of course, since the Plain White T's were there, they played Hey There Delilah, and there was this part where it's like, hey there Delilah, here's to you. He said, hey there Orlando, here's to you, and everybody just went crazy, and I'll try to find that clip and put it in here right now.
Our friends would all make fun of us, so we'll just laugh along because we know that none of them have felt this way. Delilah, I can promise you, by the time we get through, the world will never ever be the same. You're to blame. Hey there, Delilah, you be good. Don't you miss me? 2 more years and you'll be done with school. I'll be making history like I do. You'll know it's all because of you. We can do whatever we want to. Hey there, Orlando, here's to you. So I still see a lot of you guys up front not singing. So let's all sing this last chorus together, okay? You in?
It was such an awesome experience. After the concert, of course, everyone got to get pictures and talk to the Plain White T's, which it was Tom Higginson and this other guy, I can't remember his name. But I talked to them for probably 10-15 minutes, and it was super cool. And there's this guy who he's invited to Playlist DC right now, and I guess it was his girlfriend who took a picture with me and both of the guys who you're gonna see the pictures of, and I was supposed to get that picture. So if this video somehow gets to you, he did magic. I'll try to tag him down below. Maybe somebody knows him personally and can be like, hey, this guy was supposed to get a picture. But yeah, I almost forgot, a couple hours before the meet and greet, I had been walking down the hallway and I had met Dennis Pastorizo, which a lot of you guys may know from Mornings with Fousey or just FouseyTube's vlogs, which is Dose of Fousey. He's a super cool guy, and he was with this guy named Francois Bittar. Both their channels and social media will be down below, along with every other person I said in here. They're super cool people. I just went and said hi, but then I figured they didn't want any part to do with me, so I just said hi, had a small chat, and then I left. Later on, after the event had ended, I was sitting over by the Italian restaurant and bar and grill that were in the hotel, and I was waiting for Jesse and Gina from Prank vs. Prank to come out from eating because I had a few hours to kill, and I kind of wanted to get a picture with them. I wasn't going to do anything crazy to get a picture. I was just like, I'll just wait a little bit and see if I can get a picture. Turns out they ended up sneaking out a back door, so I didn't get to get a picture with them, which really sucks. But it's whatever. So Dennis shows up, Dennis and Francois show up, and they're like, oh hey, what are you doing here? I say, I'm just waiting for Jesse and Gina. And then they're like, oh okay. And so they eat, they come out. Of course I'm still sitting there because I was too stupid to leave. And I didn't want to leave because it was the best weekend of my entire life. And so I ended up just tagging along with Dennis and Francois. They're super cool people. We walk over to where a bunch of YouNowers are, and they're like, oh hey, and then they're chatting it up. After they are done talking over with the YouNowers, we ended up going outside to this patio, which was out by the pool, and it was super nice. we're sitting there, Francois is talking, Dennis is talking, I'm talking, we're all just talking together. And Dennis is like, I'm kind of hungry. And so we go over to the store that's in the hotel, and Dennis ends up getting a fast break and I think it was a cookies and cream Hershey bar, both of which were king size. So we go back over by the patio, and Dennis says, oh, I'm not going to eat this, and tries to split half of his fast break with me. I'm like, no, it's your money, don't worry about it. But he insists, and so I end up eating half of a fast break bar, which was super nice. He didn't have to do that. Dennis, if you're watching this, thank you. When it comes around midnight, I call the family friend I was supposed to go with the playlist live, but she ended up not going either day, and tell her that I'm ready to get picked up because I got dropped off earlier that day. And while she's on her way, I'm saying my goodbyes to Dennis and Francois, and that was pretty much the end of it. I ended up talking to Francois and Dennis throughout the next couple days, making sure that they got home safe and everything, which was super cool. At this playlist, I ended up making so many great friends and memories, and I really can't wait to make it to Playlist Orlando again next year. I wish I could make it to DC, but I just don't have the money. So at the event, I made so many great memories and friends, and I hope to see them at every other playlist I can make it to and that they can make it to. It was by far the best weekend of my life. Thanks to Francois, Dennis, Maurice, Josh. It was just an absolute blast. And I can't wait for every other playlist I can make it to in the future. So yeah, guys, that was my first experience at Playlist Live. And if you did enjoy, please smash the like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know any experiences that you guys had down below. And until next time, stay you, be weird.